if you're in your 11th house here, a few things will shift and change for you. One of them could be your financial gains and your monetary abundance based off of the work that you've been doing with your career or vocation, the groups and communities that you're involved with, and the visions and goals that you have currently or maybe are shifting at this point in your life. Now, the first one is this house is always associated with our network and groups, communities, social alliances, organizations that we are involved with or orientate ourselves to. And these groups that we align with are because we have a shared vision or a shared value towards something. So this might be a year where you kind of hone in and double down and get a little bit more serious about things that you're very passionate about and things that you care about. Or this could be a year where maybe your visions and your goals and the things that you care about are beginning to change. And so your network and the people that you associate with are also changing during this year. It's also an area of life where people might find themselves in philanthropy or humanitarian issues or goals, maybe even raising money for charity events or religious organizations. Whatever it is, you will find yourself at least orientated towards one topic, right? One shared vision. And often these things have some connection to how you see yourself implementing yourself in your future, right? So just for example, I had gotten heavily associated with the organization that I won my Bikini Pro debut through. So I was in new fitness communities, new fitness groups, and they weren't even near me. They were out of New York, and this organization is all over the world. So, and then the social media started following that. So whoever you're aligning yourself with, whatever goal, whatever vision that you have that is more long-term range for you will be impacting you not only on a monetary scale, but also an alliance scale. And it can shift your overall popularity, right? So one of the other things that comes up in the 11th house is it is our audience. So if you're somebody who is in the arts, right? Or you're a creator or creative, or you have a type of work or vocation that puts you in the public eye, this is a house or a year that will activate more of that recognition, right? Because this is where we get our audience from our creative potential or our creative self-purpose, right? Or you could be an athlete, for instance, and you decide to switch an organization that you are associated with. And so you get more recognition, right? And more popularity, if you will, more, applause from more people or new alliances. This can definitely be connected to community things as well. So maybe you're getting heavily involved in the community, right? So sometimes we look at the third house for our local community, local events, local travel, but then this would take this to a bigger landscape or a bigger level, right? So it might be a little bit more political, or again, like more charitable for what you can put or what you can be involved in to impact the mission and the goal and the vision for the community. This is a house that is connected to those long-range visions and goals. This does also have an effect with, and what we would like to look like, an effect with the longer-term effort that one has been putting in with their vocation or their career or their job, right? This is also a year where somebody might gain a massive amount of money from, speculative things or lottery or a charitable donation to them. Maybe they had something significant in their life and the community raised a whole bunch of money and you're in your 11th house here and you receive that, right? The 11th house can be unexpected, large sums of wealth or money gains. Health-wise, there are two areas. I want to say that the nervous system can be affected, but more so it would be the areas between the knees and the ankles, right? Somewhere around the shins. So you just want to be mindful that you're paying attention to, your legs, or the overall health of your legs. This can also be where maybe long-term illnesses or chronic illnesses can turn up, but it's also a house of healing, or being able to heal these long-term illnesses that can turn up, because you're associating with the right networks, the right alliances, the right scientific alliances, right? The right knowledge. It's also a knowledge house to a level of degree that can help you shift things and help you heal your health in the long term. For some, stepchildren might be involved in your life, or maybe you get married and there's a stepchild that comes along with the marriage, or this can also signify the fourth child for a human being. Overall, this is a year where leadership can also take place, right? So you might be asked to step up or be in some type of leadership role, or you might just naturally be doing the hard work and the effort, and so you get the leadership recognition during this year, right? But this is about collective goals and meeting the companions who are going to help open doors for you and support you in many ways and help you get there, right? Help you get to your vision, get to the next step. So it's an important house because we can't do life alone, and a lot of the houses can be so self-oriented and self-focused, but this is really a year where you begin to align yourself with the people who, are beneficial for you or who are not. So if you find yourself wanting to change your group of friends and your network up, or wanting to change your visions or your goals, that's completely normal to have during this 11th house year too, because so much growing has happened. And so you can either just, be taking a different turn down this road and just realizing, I really used to care about this mission, but now I feel like this one is more important. So I'm going over to this group of people instead, because we can really get the ball rolling there. There's really no right or wrong answer, as long as you're serving the mission and the long-term vision that is important for you at the end of the day. And then making sure that you're surrounded by the right organizations and like-minded people that can really help push you along, open doors, help you with opportunities, and even put a little bit of extra money in your pocket. So if you're in your 11th house year, let me know how it's showing up for you, if any of this resonates right now, or if you know somebody who's this age and at their 11th house year, make sure you share with it. And also please like, share, and subscribe. I talk a lot of my videos, so not a lot of this gets pushed out on Instagram. It really helps my channel grow, and it might help somebody who needs to hear this message this year, help them deal with their 11th house year dynamics. Okay, have a great day.